Hi, it's great that you want to know more about New Life. I'm Claire and I'm speaking to you from the reception of the house on Bumblewood Lane, Skunk Bar. The house is the headquarters for New Life Church, New Life Conferencing, New Life Childcare and New Life Community. I want you to come on a journey with me and I'll show you a little bit of the history of New Life. It was here in this car park where New Life first came into being. Well, actually this wasn't called New Life back then, and to be honest, this wasn't a car park either. In the early 1930s, a small group of Pentecostals decided to hire an upper room over there in Chapel Street where I stood a second ago. It looks like this then. The small group became the first Assemblies of God Pentecostal church in Skunk Bar, which quickly grew to overflowing. The town wasn't used to Pentecostals, and I'm pretty sure the locals were wondering what was going on with the exciting sound of singing, and I'm pretty sure the odd tambourine or two. Now a busy calf bar, back then was the extremely popular Bethel Town Mission. Look at all those people! Anyways, 3 or 4 men, including Pastor Sarah's granddad, used to sneak off on their bikes every weekend to a Pentecostal church in Doncaster, and it was here where they caught the Pentecostal flavour. They invited this man, George Jeffries, a Pentecostal evangelist, to do a revival crusade here in Skunk Bar. He accepted and set up a massive tent right here in the middle of Crosby. The crusade was a success, seeing lots of people being healed and loads of people giving their lives to Jesus. Some of those new Christians started the ELIM Church on Ferry Road, which is still here. Others started the Assemblies of God Church, as I mentioned earlier, and ended up over there in Chapel Street car park. After a year, the fledgling church moved on to Skunk Bar Pastry into the upper floor of this building, which back then was known as the local YMCA. In the early 30s, the church decided to move location and bought a property, a tin hut. A tin hut? Must have been like singing inside a giant Coke can. Good job they built it in a nice quiet spot, eh? Right here next to this train track. Didn't last long though. The people of the church built this building in the same spot, which now of course looks like this. In the late 1970s, the church has seen its fair share of pastors, 16 in over 30 years, which is an average of 1 every 2 years, until this man came. Paul Weaver was a 26-year-old man from Birmingham. He grew the church strong and he grew it big. Pastor Paul led the church for 31 years in total. In 1981, after years of inspiring the people and negotiating with authorities, he opened the new building where we started our journey and changed the name of the church to New Life. Formerly the site of council-owned allotments, the building has now been New Life's headquarters for over 25 years. Since September 2001, Russ and Sarah Westfield have been the pastors of New Life. Both were born and bred in Skunk Bar and grew up in the church. Through cell groups scattered around our communities and through a strategy of social action, they're leading a church that's committed to bringing hope to the people of North Lincolnshire. New Life is not just a great church, but it's also now a limited company and a charity. This means we can respond to the needs in our community in better ways. Woo! The building, now called The House, is not only a centre for celebrating Jesus, but also a concert and conferencing venue. The only one like this in North Lincolnshire, where ultimately the profits end up in social action projects right here in North Lincolnshire. You can find out lots more by reserving a place on the next Freshers Buffet, which happen every quarter, or by visiting the website, or grabbing a copy of this DVD, or coming along to our Sunday celebrations, cell groups and asking questions. Thanks for watching. It's been great to show you a bit of our history and I hope to see you very soon.